Hi, my name is Bill Oyster, and today I'm going to be talking about the double haul, why you might want to incorporate it into your fly fishing game, as well as the simplest way I know to learn the double haul. So first off, what is the double haul? The double haul is just a way of using your line hand to get more energy out of your rod. And that's going to translate directly to more opportunities when you're out on the water. To learn the double haul, I recommend a rod that's medium to large, maybe a 5-6 weight and up. Something that's got a little bit of heft to it, and you get more feel and feedback when you do it right or you do it wrong. Leaders don't need to be long. They're just there for practice. 5 or 6 feet is plenty. Something nice and heavy, and then a piece of yarn on the end to keep it from bullwhipping while you're out there casting. Before you start, make sure you have a good grasp of the basics, like being able to control your loop size and cast a nice smooth line. Learning a double haul won't overcome poor basics any more than buying a faster car will overcome poor driving. So what is double hauling anyway? To double haul just means to tug the line right at the peak of flex of the rod to cause the rod to bend even deeper, load even more energy into it. If you only haul on your forward cast, give that tug, or only haul on your back cast, that tug, then it's a single haul. A double haul just means you're hauling on the forward and the backward cast. It's kind of like pumping a swing. It just adds more energy to what's already happening. Let's start by learning the forward haul. The idea is we want to break a complicated thing down into as simple as steps as possible, learn each of those simple steps, and at the end we'll put them together. For the forward haul, we're going to throw the line behind us, make sure all the slack is out, rod tip is down at the ground, we're holding the line up near the rod, we're going to look forward, thumb behind the rod, and get ready to deliver that forward cast. From this position, the plan is to accelerate the rod forward, and just as it reaches full acceleration, we're going to tug the line hand. In this case, about a 10 or 12 inch pull. It varies on the length of the cast you're going to make, but to start with, about a foot long will do the job. The timing of the haul is critical. If you get it wrong, it's not going to have the effect we're looking for. The idea is by accelerating the rod with your rod hand, it bends deeper and deeper and deeper. At the maximum bend is when we want to lay in with that tug on our line hand. That way you go from maximum bend to an even greater bend. If you rush it and the rod's only partially bend, your haul will cause the rod to bend more, but it's only going to get you to where you were heading anyway. It's just prematurely loaded and you're not getting the extra bend. We want to get everything we can out of the rod hand and then add to that the tug of the line hand so it bends even deeper. So what this means is right at the peak of the acceleration at the end of the cast is when that haul starts to come on, causes the rod to bend even deeper than it would have otherwise. From this position, we're ready to give it a try. We still want to make a good cast with the rod hand, so think about what you're doing. Start with the slack out, rod tip down. We're going to look forward, but right at the peak of that bend, we're going to give that little tug with the line hand, and we'll see what happens. By giving that tug with the line hand, one problem you'll face is we've introduced some slack into the system here. We've got to figure out how to deal with that. The way we're going to deal with that is by returning our hand immediately after the tug and allowing the flying line through the air to pull that slack back out of the system. If you time it correctly and make that immediate return, all the slack should be pulled out of the system. If you time it incorrectly, tug too early or too late, or don't make that immediate return, you'll end up with slack in the system. The idea is to continue working just that forward haul until you feel good about it. The snap and return, the line's accelerating out, all the slack's being pulled from the system. Continue with only that portion of the haul until you feel good it's feeling comfortable, it's consistently doing what you want to do. Once you feel good about your forward haul, it's time to work on the haul on your back cast. This is the easy one. We got the hardest one out of the way first. On the back haul, most people feel pretty good about it because what's happening as your rod accelerates back to a snap, your haul hand is going in the opposite direction. Your hands are moving in different directions, so it tends to make a lot of sense to people. The tricky bit is remembering that return. You're going to accelerate to a snap back, but immediately return that hand or you'll end up with all that slack and you're not ready to make your forward haul. So now we'll throw the rod out in front of us, rod tip down, all the slack is out of the system. We're going to lift and snap the rod back. We're going to give that tug right at the peak of the bend of the rod and immediately return it back to the rod so the slack can be removed. Should look like this. There we go. Flip it back out in front of you. Try again. Just think about what you're going to do. Lift and snap, tug and return, and let it fall. Don't even try to false cast. Break it down into the simple elements. We're just working on that backward haul. Lift and snap, tug and return. When you do it right, it'll really go. When you return immediately, it'll pull all the slack right back out and you'll be ready to start your forward cast. Once you feel good about each of those elements done individually, and start to work towards linking them together. So I'm going to make my back cast, haul and return, let it drop. Forward cast, haul and return, let it drop. The idea is to spend as little time as possible in between those elements. Take as long as it needs. If it takes you 10 seconds to get all your ducks in a row, think about what you're going to do, then take 10 seconds. But eventually, it'll get shorter and shorter until the line is barely dropping on the ground in either direction, and then it's time to start thinking about linking those casts together. Once your gap has gotten very small between casts, you're comfortable switching between the feeling of the forward haul and the backwards haul, it's time to start trying to put them together. Once again, we're going to start simple. We just want to make a single back haul cast and a single forward cast with a haul on that. From this position, we're ready to try to link them together. We're going to think about our back cast just like we've been doing, accelerate to a snap, the tug and immediate return, but as the line extends behind us, we're going to move directly into our forward cast with the forward haul and return, trying to make the line lay out in front of us like this. As you come back at the end of your back haul, make sure you're returning this hand. Your hand should move right across your face to set you up in the position for that forward haul. Accelerate back and return, forward and return. Once you feel comfortable with the back haul immediately into a forward haul, it's time to start cycling those casts. It may be a little awkward at first, but try to get that pumping sensation into your brain until it starts to feel natural. At that point, it's just a question of practice. You start to lose the feel, you get confused, just start back at the beginning, break it down into its single elements, get your back haul, get your forward haul, single links, and then go back to trying to make the cycle forward and back. The double haul is an often overlooked fly fishing technique that will pay off with an immediate increase in your fishing opportunities that were formerly out of reach. I hope this helps.